Strange Academy Finals, issue number 6, or if you are going off of the Legacy title, issue 24. Now, I still don't know why they decided to split it up into like the last 6 issues are going to be called finals. That could have just been like a mini arc inside the book and we keep the numbering because 24 is not that much. And I'm pretty sure if we knew the ending was coming, you're not going to lose or gain anybody because we know it's going to end at 24. Are you gaining anybody by putting it as like finals number 1 through 6? I don't think so. But this is it, folks. If you have been with me for the past 2 and something years, 2.5 years maybe, because there was a little delay between a couple of issues, I've been covering this book since day one. It was one of these staples of my channel when it came out, and I'm like, this is a fun book I don't see getting the love and admiration other books at Marvel are. It was such a unique premise 2 years ago where it's like, what if Marvel did a Harry Potter? And back then I'm like, that is an interesting idea. With original characters not associated with the characters we know, that's a really cool idea. Scotty Young and Humberto Ramos, that's a fun pairing. I dig it. I dig what that concept was. And a couple delays here and there, a huge tonal shift happening at Marvel. This book kind of fell to the wayside, but the finale is here to this book, and it is a very fascinating finale. I do enjoy it. As somebody who has been here since day one, has grown with these characters, has seen where we were headed, it serves a good purpose, and it tells a cohesive story that I don't have any complaints about. It has finale fatigue where you're just like, well, we got those 22 pages full, and we move on with our lives. That's interesting to see. And look, it does all of this fine. It gets the job done. I'm not disappointed in this at all. If you have been reading the book from day one, it does feel like this is where we would have ended this book. It has like, oh, the school year's over kind of vibe. Oh, the big thing that we happened to do at like a graduation ceremony is over, and now everyone is just going on with their lives with tragedy ensuing. That's the vibe we're going for. End of issue 23, Emily's parents showed up to be like, uh-oh, stop doing that, daughter. You're being a bad person. You're possessed by the Dark One. You're going crazy. It ain't looking good. And you can tell that this is an illusion put on by some of the teachers because her parents aren't talking how her parents talk, and she gets pissed off that people were lying to her. Uh-oh, she attacks Zelma, not looking good. She is ready to hurt people and kill people. And as that's going on, all hell breaks loose for the students. They are just fighting evil hordes of creatures from the dark dimension while Emily just yells at them for being annoying. Doyle's like, wow, you are really fulfilling the prophecy of being a bad person. That's great. And as he says that, she goes full Dormammu skinned. She gets like the dark impressions that Doyle has, because we learned last issue that Doyle was a normal boy who got turned into a Doyle Dormammu. Emily's doing the same too. And we see that Emily's about to unleash like a big, powerful blow against Doyle that could potentially kill him. And Uruk jumps in the way and absorbs the blow. And we kill him. Uruk dies, and he's making fun of Doyle the entire time. He literally dies. Like the color fades from his body. He turns to like cinder. It's so disturbing. And everyone's like, you just killed a child. And it's doing the thing I wanted. The thing I was like, you cannot go back on this. This has been Emily's arc. She has started off observing the teachers, seeing the lies and the hypocrisy, and she found her path. It is just the villainous path. How rare is it for us in Marvel Comics to see a character's origin story where they are becoming a villain at such a young age? It is very impressive. And she's just like, well, I warned you, and he told you I was coming, and he died because of it, so it's kind of on your hands. But Doyle's like, just shut up. You are such a loser. He goes all Dormammu out, and everyone... This is a really cool sequence that we see. Every character and main student kind of gets a couple of good blows on Emily. So we see that Alvy's like, I'm avenging my brother. Shaylee gets a couple licks in. Calvin gets some nice licks in. Zoe gets her zombie hordes to attack her. It's great, but this is the prophecy that was foretold for centuries. It's gotta be Doyle. It's two people in very similar aesthetics, just fighting each other in a big explosion. As that's going on, we cut to the adults because they were sent to the Dark Dimension. Hogarth, one of the big immortals of the world, the big tiger in the sky, he's helping them win the fight. It's not looking good, but we just see that Dormammu's like, huh, it's done. The witch is right. The girl did it. The dawn of bright is here. And it's like, oh, great. The girl is a villain for 2 seconds and she's already got her event coming up. Like, how cool is that? And Dormammu's just like, all right, the dawn of bright is upon us. I'm going to skedaddle for a minute. Deal with you later. Later, losers. And Dormammu and his hordes just leave. They just leave. And as that's over, we see Jericho goes up to talk to Hogarth and he's like, please tell me you can do something about the current situation unfolding. The big tiger's like, yeah, I could probably deal with something. We cut back to the kids, and Doyle's getting his ass beat. He is getting lasered down by some big fire. It's terrifying and disturbing, and we're just doing it. Emily is just the bad guy. I'm so glad we're not changing her. This isn't even me leading up to the big switcheroo that they do, because there's no switcheroo. Emily's evil. I'm here for it. It's a great idea. It's great. But you also see that Doyle's like, well, this is what I was destined to do, to be the light that stops the darkness from shining in. I guess that means I should play my part better. So he admits that when he helped Emily come back to life and get her powers and certain stuff, when he implemented his magic into her, this whole time he could have taken it back. What does that mean? Oh, Doyle's been allowing her to use her dark powers. So he starts to rip them from her, and she's like, that's impossible. There's no way you can do that. But he's doing it. He's taking the powers from her, and we kind of see like the Dormammu dark dimensional part of her body phase out. She's still got the big flowing spawn cape. She still looks like a creature destined to lose herself. We do it, folks. We did it. Marvel was like, no one is reading this book. You can let her be evil, and we're all happy for it. I mean, I'm happy about it. Emily, do it. Like, that is such a good switcheroo. The characters we think are destined for one role becoming the opposite. That's how you do it. I'm very impressed with how they handled this book. I think it's really impressive. So Doyle gets all the dark dimensional powers back to his body. He hulks out, essentially, a big buff guy. Calvin's like, dude, you gotta contain it, bro. You gotta stop. He's like, I can't. Get everyone out of here or I'm gonna kill everybody. But Calvin's like, I'm not letting another person die today. Please contain it. As that's going on, all the adults show back up, but Jericho's with the tiger and he's just like, okay, kid, you did good. You solved the problem well. I think I can help you contain this for your noble deed. And Hogarth just absorbs all of the evil energy out of Doyle, making him his normal Doyle self. Like, that's kind of cool. End of the day, we all solved the problem, right? Emily's still at large somewhere, and Dormammu's still at large, and that's interesting because we are leading into the new, I guess it maybe doesn't lead into like whatever Hickman's going to be doing with like the gods stuff at Marvel, but that is essentially connected to like the magical world, and maybe we're going to see Emily has a larger role in there. I don't know. It's just like there's something that could be done with that character, but we killed Uruk. Like, he's dead. Desi is like defeated for the minute, but Uruk's dead. And it is terrifyingly sad. You think for a minute that maybe Doyle's going to return him to life when he's like crying over and like maybe put some of his energy in it. Nope, that's not what happens. Uruk is dead. He's gone. A bunch of the students show up, a bunch of the parents show up, a bunch of the elders of the magical universe show up. We lost a good person. We don't see, because his mother is Enchantress, we do not see her in the issue. Not that you needed to, but if we did come back for another book, that could be a fun area to explore. Maybe she's seeking revenge. Who knows? But it's a couple days later or the next day or something, and we see that Doyle's giving a speech about like the sacrifice that Uruk made to allow them to continue learning this stuff, despite some bad choices that were made, despite some evil things that were like happening. it's a good thing that we can all seek our opportunity for redemption, like Desi, who is talking to Zoe later on. And we unveil with Alvi an Uruk statue being put up in the school. We honor our friend and our brother, Uruk Brorson. And I'm like, whoa, this went darker than I thought. I really didn't think we would kill the kid. We did kill the kid, and that's kind of amazing. And class is back in session, I guess. Everything's kind of reinstated. So I guess this generation will be moving on to the next year. Everybody did well, and we see Jericho's like, those were great words. Everyone always remember what Uruk did for this school and its students. Speaking of, it's time for Strange Academy to open its door to the newest students. And the book ends with Jericho having his palm reached out, staring directly into the reader being to the newest class of students, like, hey, welcome back to Strange Academy. And that's where the book ends. And see, there is something that did wrap up this arc. The prophecy was fulfilled. It ended faster than people want, but again, it's a comic book. We have to end it fast, so I'm fine with that. Emily didn't get her redemption. She got pissed off and left. Dormammu didn't destroy the world. All the magical characters were like, well, that was pretty much crisis averted, so it's a win for everybody. We mourn Uruk in his moment. It worked well. Again, it is fast because it is a comic book, and I'm sure we only had to get to 24 to stop. If we had maybe 32 issues, I feel like we could have stretched this out a little bit more, but I'm not complaining about it. I think every character had their moment. Every big character that needed something to happen, happened, and it's not the end. You know, already just you read some of just like, you know, the letters in the back, and it's like, hey, check your solicitations soon because things are going to be popping off, and I can't be mad at that. Seeing these characters come back is exciting. It's a really fun book. It looks great. The art is very fluid, very fun, a great dynamicness to it, and it did the thing I wanted it to and not have Emily get her redemption. Everyone else kind of did, though. It's kind of impressive. I do like that. I respect this book. I'm glad it existed. I'm glad somebody took a chance on this at Marvel, and it got to 24 issues. And it's like a cycle repeating itself. It's an establishment inside of the Marvel Universe now, and we still have something we can do with it. That's pretty exciting. I'm impressed that Uruk died. I didn't think that would happen, but that's kind of cool. Overall, we did it. We had this book work, and it did work, and we had a good finale. I'm impressed with what we had. I think this is going to just get better with age. I think in a couple of years' time, when we have like a complete omnibus or like a big couple volumes we can read, this is going to play really well and be a fantastic read when you just flip through all the trades together. It's exciting. I'm very impressed with what this book did. So, Strange Academy Finals, issue number 6, or number 24 of the Strange Academy book. I am going to give an 8 out of 10. Now, thank you all for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, and I will catch you in the next one. Have fun, stay safe, good luck.